All right, welcome. My name's Keith, and we're going to do a 60-minute podHOT sequence. So we'll start standing, and we'll find a strong standing posture by bringing your big toe mounds to touch and a little gap of space between your heels. And from here, flip your palms to face forward. Right? Take a little shrug of your shoulders up by your ears to start, and draw them down your back to broaden across your collarbones. And without clenching your glutes, feel your tailbone lengthen down and your low belly start to lift up. Feel your heart float up, and you can even imagine a little string at the top of your head pulling you upwards to lengthen everything. Good. We're going to unite with one cleansing breath as a group. Take a big breath in through your nose, and then an exhale out your mouth. Relax. Pranayama, deep breathing. Seal your lips, and as you breathe in, sweep your arms out, up, overhead. Connect your palms, little pause, and then exhale, empty your lungs, draw your hands through your heart center, and relax. One more as a group. Slow breath in, reach out, spread out through your fingertips, reach up, look up if it feels good in your neck, and exhale, draw your hands through your midline. And pause with your hands at the center of your chest, palms touch. Draw your thumbs into your sternum. Feel your feet root, your chest lift. Seal in one breath to start off your practice. And keep that quality of breath as we move into our warm-up for half moon. So inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead and find a steeple grip with your thumbs crossed and your pointer fingers extended. And now start to shift it side to side, forwards and back. Right? Equally as important as your movement is to connect the breath that you just cultivated with the rhythm of how you move. So there's a connection even here. All right, and really let this feel good. Start to work out any creakiness in your shoulders. Right? Energetically feel your whole spine. Move in a way that feels good and natural to warm up. And two more breaths here to even it out. And we'll set up our first pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Engage your legs, pull your low belly in and up, and exhale. Take your arms up and over to your right. So it's a 60-second pose. So first thing, tune into your breath. Keep it slow and steady. Sometimes we lose the breath as the physicality starts. And now the place right behind your belly button, draw it slightly in toward your spine. That'll lengthen your tailbone down. Good, now keep that. Press your left heel down harder. Keep that as you exhale and gently pull your left shoulder over with your right hand. It creates space in your left side body. We're well over halfway. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. All right, and lift the soft palate of your mouth up. And fill your ribs with breath. 10 more seconds. Really allow your exhales to go to empty. Bump your hips left, breath out. Change, back up through center. Keep the grip, soften your knees and elbows a hint, and then let the inhale rebound and strengthen your legs, go up and over to your left side. So these longer holds in the hot practice are really about pacing yourself, right? Even though the postures appear still, it's a breath by breath journey to gradually take you deeper when we hold for a minute. Start to root your right heel down further. Keep that and gently pull your right shoulder over with your left hand to create breathing room in your right side body. And we're about halfway now. Draw your belly button just a touch towards your spine. It'll take your tailbone down. And start to slide your shoulders more away from your ears. That's it, Nafi. And then feel the soft palate of your mouth reach up towards your pointer fingers. Now tune back into your breath. 10 more seconds here. Bump your hips to your right. Scan your spine for a nice even curve. Last exhale. Change back through center. And exhale, release your arms. by your side. Briefly for this first one, take any movement that feels good, shoulder shrugs or a neck roll. I really think of this first few sets of shapes as a warm-up for your body. Palms face forward, and we'll move into our first standing heart opener. Breathe in, reach up, and two choices for the grip. Either take that same steeple grip. If that feels harsh in your shoulders, take the butterfly grip with your thumbs crossed, palms forward. That's it. Now press your feet down, pull the muscles of your legs up, look up, and exhale. Start to take your arms over and back, right? Feel it as a spine lengthener. You can almost imagine there's a big beach ball behind you that you're leaning up and over. Right? Feel the front of your chest widen as it opens, and then press your feet down firmly to strengthen your legs. Last exhale here. Nice, Will. And then inhale, come back up and really slow. Bend your knees, take your hands through heart center and start to fold forwards. Warm your body up for podHOT, our first forward bend. So I'll give you time in this first one. Right? Breathe slow here and let gravity do a lot of this work. Right? Feel your spine lengthen without forcing anything. We're going to move into our first deep forward bend, hands to feet pose. So bend your knees deeply to connect your torso to your thighs and scoop your heels up from behind. If this feels harsh, grab behind your calves instead. That's a good place to be. Take a breath out, let your head and neck relax. And then as you inhale, start to lift your hips back and up. Notice that first edge where your body asks you to stop. Tune back into your breathing. And then spin your inner thighs behind you actively to widen through your sits bone. Start to pull your low belly in and up. And the final touch is to press your fingertips down and slide your shoulders away from your ears. Nice adjustments. 2 more breaths. Breathe into this shape. Follow your exhale out. Nice, Rosie. Release your grip. And inhale. Round or rise up. Choose a way up that feels best in your spine. And if your arms are up, exhale, draw them down by your side, palms face forward, stand tall, just like we started. Half moon, second set, half the time. Breathe in, reach up. Take the opposite pinky on top. Inhale, strengthen your legs from the press of your feet. In 30 seconds, go up and over to your right. Okay, so feel the corset-like action here of Uddiyana Bandha. It's pulling your low belly up toward your heart. And then draw your right shoulder slightly forwards as we're halfway. Find the plug down of your left heel and start to guide your left shoulder up and over. A little bit more, breathe. One more exhale to completion. Change, back through center. Soften, pause. Inhale, strengthen your legs, lift your heart, and go up and over to your left. 30 seconds. So even though it's shorter, breath by breath. Root your right heel. Good. Pull your low belly in and up. And let your breath expand inside of your ribs. We're over halfway. This is the first posture in the series because it actually stretches the tissues around your lungs, right? That'll help us throughout the rest of the practice. Last exhale, guide your right shoulder over more. Change, nice, Nafisa. And then exhale, release your arms. A little briefer if you need some movement here. Let yourself have it. Second set, standing heart opener. Choice for cactus arms. Breathe in, reach up. Turn your palms to face each other. Now root your feet and pull the muscles of your legs up. Look up. Keep that lift. Exhale, start to take your thumbs back and over. And when you hit resistance, exhale, bend your elbows and get active in your fingertips. Now feel like you're lifting your heart to the ceiling. Each exhale, bend your elbows a hint lower and get wider in the front of your chest. Pull your tailbone down, last breath out. Awesome. Come back up, breathe in. And then so slow, bend your knees, take your hands through your heart. Fold forwards and down. Warm up here for 2 breaths. to allow your spine to adjust from a back bend to a forward bend. Padahastasana, second time through. Grab your heels from underneath you. Again, if that's too much, grab behind your calves. Exhale, let your head and neck go. And then inhale, begin to tilt your hips back and up. Notice again where your body asks you to stop. All right, spin your inner thighs behind you and root your inner feet down. And tune in with your breath. It can become more shallow here. Right. Notice where there's breathing room. Notice where your body feels good in this shape, even if it's challenging. Focus there. Follow your breath out. Release your grip. And rise. Pick the path up that's best for your body. Flat spine or round up. And if your arms are up, exhale, relax them by your side. Great. Utkatasana. 3-part chair pose. Take your feet inner hip distance, and if you're ever unsure, you can always measure with 2 fists between your feet. Pointer finger toes are parallel. Yeah, that's it. First part, take your palms to shoulder height. Set your eyes to one point, breath in, and then exhale, sit weight into your heels. Go back nice and low. You can imagine you're reaching out for a little chair behind you, and then pretend there was a block between your thighs to hug in. Sit a little lower, lift your heart higher, keep your jaw soft, exhale, breath. Change. Use your core. Come back up. Lift your heels. Send the tops of your feet forward, your tailbone forward. Find that invisible string to lift your crown up. And then exhale, slowly begin to bend your knees. All right. More important in this second part is the lift of your heels. Right? So really lift them higher. Come back up. Stay with it. Drop your heels. Squeeze your thighs together. Your heels will lift again. And then exhale. Final part, bend your knees forwards and down. So really squeeze your thighs towards your midline. If you have healthy knees, take a couple of very controlled bounces. That's it. Keep your hips above your knees. Change. Come up. Big toes touch, arms come out wide, and then come out with control. There we go. Garudasana, eagle posture. We'll do 2 sets. Breathe and sweep your arms up. Look up. And then exhale, right arm under your left. Right? If this doesn't feel good, a bear hug gets a lot of the same benefits in your shoulders. Sit back into your chair. And then inhale your right foot up. And find 1 to 2 wraps here. If you're close to the double wrap, point your toes where you want your foot to go. Now pull your right hip slightly back. Press your outer hips toward each other. Pull your elbows down as you lift your low belly and heart. Now focus and breathe. Change. Inhale. Unwrap. Sweep up. Exhale. Left arm under your right. Pull your elbows down here. Sit back into your chair. And with your core, take your left leg up. Wrap it 1 to 2 times. Pull your left hip back. Change. Unwrap. Breathe in. We're going to go right to second set. Exhale, right arm under your left. Go back into your chair here, slow and steady. Take your right leg up and over. Pull your right hip back. You can stay for first set. If you want to open your shoulders more, lift your elbows to shoulder height. Press your palms together and forwards to widen your shoulder blades. Still breathe. Change with control. Unwrap. Extra sip of air at the top. And then exhale your left arm underneath your right arm. Go back into your seat here and take your left leg up and over 1 to 2 times. Square off your hips, pull your left hip back, that's it. Right? Either stay, if you did it on the first side, lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders. Press your palms together and forwards to feel width in the back of your shoulders. Change, inhale, unwrap. Little pause, and then choice for an open mouth exhale, arms by your side. Okay, so we're going to move into our standing balancing series and take your hands to your hips to start. Kickstand your right foot for a moment. Press your inner left foot down so much your kneecap lifts, and then draw that place behind your belly button in enough to tilt your tailbone forwards. That's it. And we'll begin. Bend your right knee to hip height. And then for most, drop your right hip a little. Press your left foot down to lift your heart, your gaze, and take your palms to face forward. And either stay or exhale, extend your right heel forward. If you want to lift your heart rate, start to sweep your arms up. These are just options, so you can welcome to stay in the first phase. That's it. All right, start to lean more towards your left toe mound. Draw your shoulders down your back, flex your right toes, and scoop your low belly in and up. And change. Yep. Great focus. Second set. Hands to your hips. Kickstand your left foot to start. Feel the press of the big toe side of your right foot. Draw your navel in. And then we begin. Lift your left knee to the height of your hip. And then for most, drop your left hip a little. Recommit to the press of your right foot. Shift your gaze slightly up and then palms face forward. Be in the pause. 2 breaths to gather yourself. Find the strength of your standing leg. One more breath and float your heart up. Either stay right here. Choice is to extend your left heel as you breathe out. Scoop your arms up to begin to elevate your heart rate. Turn your pinkies in. Yeah, that's it. And change. Nice work. Either find stillness. For some, it'll feel nice to take a little supported back bend. Open up your hip flexors. Do what feels right in your body. So you have the choice to do that same exact shape again. I'm going to cue you through standing head to knee. And there's several places in this pose where you can stop. So listen to what your body wants. Go slow if you're coming into the full expression. Hands back to your hips. Press your left foot down, and then we begin. Bend your right knee to hip height. Good. Release your palms to face forward. Now pause. Take a breath in, back away, lift your heart. If you're going forward, exhale, pull your low belly in and up, curl and round. Interlace all 10 fingers under your right foot. Press your foot into your hand. Next exhale, extend your right heel forwards. Good. Next breath in, pull your heart forwards. And the final touch is to bend your elbows in, chin to your chest. And begin to work your forehead towards your knee. Reconnect to your left foot. Change. Great control. Great balance here. Way to take your time. So much of this pose is just going slow, giving your body a chance to deepen it without rushing into it. Hands back to your hips. Kickstand your left foot, engage your right leg, and we begin. Bend your left knee. Flip your palms to face forward. Pause, lift your heart, breathe in. Exhale, pull your low belly in and up, curl and round, basket grip. Press your right foot down, left foot into your hands. Exhale your left heel forward. Focus on balance, whatever expression you're in. Great work. Good. Any movement you need, maybe stillness, and again, a supported back bend will naturally open up your hip flexors in the counter pose. We'll take the spine in the opposite direction, standing bow pulling pose. Take your palms to face forward. It's like you're doing the backstroke. We'll do it twice with your right arm. Sweep it up and back. Second time you do it, keep your right shoulder on the back side of your body. Keep your right palm face up and bend your right knee. Capture your foot from the inside. Take a moment to draw your knees together, tighten up your core, and take your left palm face up. Take a big breath in. Choice to gradually kick away from you and very slightly up. Take your time. Every time you extend and hit an edge, take the next breath to back away and lengthen. Perhaps go deeper. halfway. Your left foot is the key to the pose. Balance comes before depth, so keep connecting to it and reach out and up as much as you kick back and up. Think of the bow and arrow. Energy goes in opposite directions, 15 seconds, stay with it. Right, breathe, really strengthen through your left leg. Start to lift your heart, a few more seconds. Change. Great expression. 2 times. Slow your breath down, take your left shoulder up and back. And as you start to feel the heat in the practice, open mouth exhales are always a choice to sort of reset and let fatigue out. Keep your left palm faced up here. Bend your left knee and grab your foot from the inside. Good. Draw your knees together, take your right arm up. Now steady your gaze, find your focus, breath in. 60 seconds, start from the earth. Find the roots of your inner right foot and you keep checking in, right? Is there space to go deeper or is the challenge simply to hold the shape? Press your inner right foot, we're halfway. As you kick back and up, reach forwards and out equally and recommit to the strength in your right leg. The more you lean forward, the more of a hamstring stretch it becomes. Last 15. Right, stay focused, find the poise, the strength. Allow your core to support the shape. Change. Well done. Let's take hands to heart and breath in together. Follow your breath out. So we do it again for half the time. Just simply shrug your right shoulder up and back. Yeah, if you like the full warm up, you're welcome to take it. And bend your right knee, capture your foot from the inside. Left arm to the sky, breath in. Second set in silence begin. I'll cue you halfway. Inward experience. Halfway. Change. Take your left shoulder back, either a shrug or the full warm-up expression. Capture your foot. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Breath in, steady your gaze. 30 seconds. Halfway. Change. Great, take a step to the back of your mat. Tula Dandasana. Balancing stick. We keep the heart rate lifted here. Big toes to touch. Inhale your arms up. Find a steeple grip. And this time lead with your right foot forwards. Exhale, point and lift your left toes. If this is too much in your shoulders, hands to heart is a nice alternative. Right, draw your tailbone down, your low belly in. Drop your left hip, one more breath, lengthen everything. Nice, Rosie, change. Big toes touch, take your arms overhead, soften your knees and elbows for a moment. We'll get right into it. Left foot, step it forwards, plant it down. Exhale, point and lift your right toes. Squeeze your arms towards your midline. Point your back foot actively. Drop your right hip, last exhale, lengthen. Inhale, big toes touch, arms overhead. Exhale, let it go. Release your arms. And you start to feel your heart rate going. It's harder to breathe slow here, but we practice. Second set, give you choice for variations. Breathe in, palms touch, thumbs cross, so it's a different grip. Step your right foot forwards, root it down, and exhale, point and lift your left toes. Take airplane arms with your exhale. Get active in your fingers, and you can stay here or move into toppling airplane with your chest lower than your hips, or standing splits with your fingertips to the earth. A few more moments. Keep your both legs strong. Change. With your core, step to the back of your mat with control. And we'll get right into it. Left foot, step it forwards, plant it down firmly. Exhale, point and lift your right toes, strengthen your right leg. Airplane arms, sweep them by your side. Breathe. Either stay here, move in a toppling airplane with your chest lower than your hips, or fingertips to the earth for standing splits. Change. Big toes touch, arms overhead. And then exhale, release your arms. Great. Let's pivot towards the windows and take a step towards the back of your mat. Okay. Well, this next one's going to bring our heart rates down a little bit, Prasarita Padottanasana. So bring your big toes to touch, just like we started, palms face forward. And settle for an exhale. Your heart rate is lifted. Just notice if you can find a strong standing pose here. We'll set it up. Breathe in, reach up, look up, and then with control, step out to your right. Check out your pointer finger toes are parallel. It might even feel a little pigeon-toed. Take your arms out wide. Inhale, strengthen your legs, look up, slight back bend, heart opening. Keep that as you exhale, bow forwards, over, and down. So to start, hands either under your shoulders or grab your outer feet. Back away a little on the first breath in, lengthen. Think cobra pose in your chest. And then exhale, start to bend your elbows. Press your inner feet down and pull the muscles of your legs up as you spiral your inner thighs back. Use the breath pattern to guide you. Every breath in, iron out your spine, find length. And then exhale, melt in. Right, effort and ease. This is a good moment to tune back into your breath. The texture, the sound, simply paying attention to it. Notice if you're gripping in your neck. Really let your head go. Follow your next exhale all the way out. And then with your core, inhale, rise back up. Turn your right toes to the front of the room and find a lunge with your right knee above your right ankle. We're going to set up triangle. Palms face me. Strengthen your back leg. Trikonasana. Exhale your right elbow to the inside of your right thigh. Great. Now keep your back leg strong. Press your left heel down. Pull your tailbone towards your left heel and your low belly up towards your heart, and now reach out through your fingertips. Right? Find the confidence to hold the shape. Connect all the dots here. Breathe into it. These look excellent. One more exhale. Stay with it. Change. Use your core. Lift back up. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes in. Pivot your left toes back and find a strong lunge. Left knee, take it above your left ankle. Now squeeze your heels toward each other. Lift your heart. Exhale your left elbow to the inside of your left thigh. Strengthen your right leg. Press your heel down. And draw your navel in. And then reach out through your fingertips. And now connect all the pieces. Breathe into the whole shape. Find ease somewhere. It's more challenging here, but it's the practice. Use your heels. Follow your breath out all the way. Change. Nice. Now if you come back up, straighten your left leg, toes in, and then together, inhale, step left, arms up. Exhale, stand tall. One breath, stand tall, palms face the window. Move through that same series again, choice for variations. Breathe in, reach up, look up. Exhale, step out. Good. Second set of Prasarita, either take exactly what we did in the first set or interlace your hands behind you. you're going for the chest expansion, pull your fist down, lift your heart strong in your leg, and exhale. Start to bow forwards, over, and down. Yeah. Good. Same deal. So pull the muscles of your legs up, press your inner feet down, tune back into your breathing. Watch the pose change with every breath. Find length from your tailbone to your crown with every breath in. And fold a little deeper with your breath out. There's so many benefits to inverting, to having your heart and your head lower than your hips. Good for your organs, good for your mood. So feel that relaxation down your back body even as you work your leg. Follow your breath all the way out. If you have the grip, release your hands to your low back first, then take them wide. And use your core. Inhale, reach on up. Pause. Pivot your right toes forwards. Find your lunge forwards. Right knee above your right ankle. Squeeze your heels in. And exhale your hands to 6 and 12 o'clock. Second set of triangle. Choice to bind or half bind. Wherever you are, press your left and right heels down. These look great. Bind. Start to turn the right side of your chest to the ceiling. Right. Breathe. Twist a little deeper. Keep your left heel strong. Release your grip. And then inhale, change. Straighten your right leg, toes in. Pivot your left toes to the lotus. Warrior 2, 1. Squeeze your center line. Exhale your hands to 6 and 12 here. Bind or half bind if you did on the other side. Regardless of the shape, root both of your heels down. That's going to take pressure out of your hips. Start to twist the left side of your heart up. Fill your rib cage with breath here. Lengthen from your right heel to the soft back palate of your mouth. Binds, release. And with control, change. Come back up. That's it. Straighten your left leg. Toes are in, and then inhale. Step left. Exhale, let it go. One breath, stand tall. Feel the opening in your body. 2 more postures on our feet. Standing separate leg, forehead to knee. Breathe in, reach up. Connect your palms, cross your thumbs. Take a shorter step out to your right. So this time it's about 2 or 3 feet, shorter than triangle and the wide-legged forward fold. Now pivot your right toes to the front and step your left foot at 45 degrees. If it feels awkward in your hips, you can even step your left foot out a little bit. Now drop your chin to your chest actively here. And as you exhale, draw your tailbone forwards, curl around, gaze at your navel. And then when you come into the full expression, you have the choice to separate your hands, bend your front knee as much as you need to get contact between your forehead to your knee. Yeah. Pull your right hip slightly back. Just a tiny bit more here. Yeah. That's it. Great. Your hips look great. And then the tighter you squeeze your chin to your chest, the more benefits you get here. It's sort of like the fountain of youth pose to compress your thyroid, parathyroid. Notice if you're gripping in the back of your neck. Soften there, right? Let breath into the back of your heart, back of your neck. Settle in. A few more moments. Use your back foot. Re-engage your palms, and with your core, uncurl as mindfully as you came in. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes to the back of your mat, and then set up your feet again. Take your right foot at 45 degrees, step out if you need. Find your chin to chest compression. Here, palms touch, thumbs cross, and with an exhale, curl and round in. Take your time, right? You want to take a few moments to set it up so you can really settle in. Allow your hands to separate. Soften in the back of your neck. Notice if you're clenching or you're gripping unconsciously. That's it. Widen the back of your shoulders. Smaller sips of air here into the back of your heart. Find the compression. Settle into the shape without struggling. Re-engage your palms. With your core and both heels firmly rooted, uncurl with control. Turn your left toes in. And then last time, inhale, step left. And exhale, release your arms. We're going to pivot back to the front for Vrikshasana, tree posture. It's our last one. On your feet. So I'll cue you through the HOT style. If you have any knee sensitivities, I'll give you some alternatives as well to take tree. So your hands to your hips. Again, kickstand your right foot and firmly root your left foot down so the muscles of your legs pull up. So traditional HOT style, bend your right knee, close off your knee joint, and then take your knee out and your outer right foot to the front of your left hip flexor. If that does not work in your knee for any reason, right, the other alternative is kickstand your foot to your inner left shin or your inner thigh. So make sure it works for you. Now re-engage your left foot to lift your heart, lift out of your left hip joint. Either stay here or grow some branches. Toe stand variations, you're welcome to move into it with control if it's part of your practice. Wherever you are, your breath is your guide. Balance and focus. Toe stands, gradually make your way back up to tree. Trees, hands to heart. If you have branches, take a breath in. And then with control, release your foot. Yeah. If you need a quick little shake of your legs, go for it. Second time through, same choices, mirror what you did on the first side. Hands to your hips, kickstand your left foot and firmly root your right foot down. And then bend your left knee and find the setup that works best in your body. Always want your knees to feel safe in yoga. Draw your left knee back. Root your inner right foot to lift out of your hip joint. Steady your eyes. And then move into your expression with your arms or toe stand variation. Very mindfully and slow. And then meditate on your breath coming in and out of your body. Right here, right now. Toe stands. Take your time coming back to tree. Trees. Take your hands to heart if they're not already. Collective breath in. Nice work. And then exhale, release your foot slowly. And then make your way onto your back for Savasana before our floor series. And this is a natural moment for water, to towel off, to really take care of yourself. Give yourself what you need. And when you do come onto your back, right, you get a good 45 seconds to a minute to do nothing. So enjoy that. Right? Nothing to strive for. You just notice how the practice has affected your body. And if you're feeling a lot of fatigue, a lot of energy moving, take some open mouth exhales to relax, to really maximize your time in this rest. Take 3 more powerful breaths. Let them in. Let your bones be heavy as you breathe out. Let your jaw relax, your face relax. The next few postures after this are also a little bit more cooling, right? So find a pace for your breath that works. And start to pay attention to it again as we move from our more sort of exertion-based standing practice into this part of our floor series. This is a little bit more cooling internally. we'll set it up with Pavanamuktasana first. So zip up your legs so your toe mounds touch again, sort of like it was when we were standing. And then keep your left heel rooted, bend your right knee in, and interlace all 10 fingers on your shin. Take it to the outside of your rib cage. Start to pull in with your arms, and at the same time, energetically pull your right heel toward your left a little bit. That'll create more compression. 2 breaths here. It's not supposed to be the most strenuous posture, so if you're struggling for whatever reason, back away a little. 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, we'll take it to a supine twist. Take your right knee up and over, bump your left hip to your right. And if this feels sensitive in any way, a block under your right knee is a nice place to be. For your gaze, if it feels okay to shift your gaze toward your right, go for it. Okay. Otherwise, look up at the ceiling. Make sure your neck feels comfortable and connected to your spine. And then 1 more exhale, relax into your right hip. Notice if you're clenching there, let it go. Change, come back to center. Give your right knee a squeeze first, and then extend your right leg long. Hug your left knee in. Take it to the outside of your ribs, and maybe explore the angle for a moment. Just notice what feels ideal. And once that's there, pull in with your arms. Slow down your breath. And let the pose run its course. Pull in a touch more. Pull your left heel slightly towards your right. And then take your left knee into a supine twist. Take it up and over to your right. Bump your right hip towards your left. And again, you want to make sure your knee feels safe, your body feels comfortable. Relax. Shift your gaze appropriately. Let the muscles of your left hip open the pace they're ready to. Relax there. And change. Come back to center. All right, full body stretch. Good. And with your next exhale, give yourself a hug, full wind removing pose. Squeeze your thighs in toward each other. There's a number of different grips here. Right? Grabbing opposite elbows is traditional, but if that feels too much, grab your shins with your fingertips instead. And then pull your low back down and pull your thighs into your belly and breathe. Lengthening through your low back. 1 more exhale here. And then choice to stay or take it into a happy baby pose. Just do what feels best in your body. So there's 3 different grips in happy baby. You can grab your inner feet, your outer feet, or your peace fingers around your big toes. So pick one that feels ideal and really curl your low back down. For more sensation, kick your feet into your hands as you pull them down. Let's take 1 more breath in together here. And then a big breath out. Let energy move in your hips. Good. Give yourself a hug again. Squeeze it in. And release both heels to your mat with your knees bent. We're going to set up supine figure 4 and continue to work into your hips. Keep your left foot rooted and then bend your right knee and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Now, really important here, flex your right toes actively. That's going to protect your knee joint and open your hip more. You can stay right here or begin to interlace your hands either under your thigh or grab your shin. Start to lift your left foot up. Press your right knee away and breathe. One more breath. Drop your left foot. And with control, release your right foot down. Keep your right foot there. We'll take it to the other side. Take your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Flex your left toes actively. Press your left knee back and then interlace your hands either under your thigh or your right shin. Begin to lift your right foot. Press your left knee away and expand your breath. Slow it down. release. Just release your left foot down after your right heel comes down. Give yourself a squeeze and take 2 or 3 rocks the length of your spine, forwards and back. It's a good massage for your spine. We're gonna set up in plank with your hands towards the front of your mat when you are ready. So I'll give you some choices. If this feels too much, you're always welcome to drop to your knees. And as we move into forearm plank, drop to each forearm slowly. Again, if this is too much, use your knees for support. We're on the clock for a minute. Press your heels back, right? Pull your low belly up towards your heart and send the crown of your head forwards. And slow down your breathing. Really notice where there's still ease as the intensity builds. Slowing down your breath will help you. Draw your low belly in and up and get wide across the back of your shoulders. We're halfway. A little tuck in your chin to keep the back of your neck long. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. 15 seconds left. Forearm planks. Put equal weight in your elbows, your wrists, and your fingertips. A few more moments here. Dig deep. And then exhale, let your hips drop. And let your belly drop. Let your forehead come down. We move into our spine strengthening poses. And Cobra is a natural counter pose for that work you just did to your core. Bring your big toes to touch or hip width, right? If you have low back stuff, and your hands in line with your chest. Flatten all 10 fingers. Press your toes down so much your knees lift and your tailbone down to lengthen your low back. And then imagine there was a string right at the back of your neck. And start to lift up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Squeeze your elbows in. Good. Root your inner hands down and lift your low belly right into the core of your heart. Breathe. Go for length more than lift. One more breath in, a touch higher. And then exhale, lower with control. Chin or forehead down first, and take your left ear down and your arms by your side. Relax. We have full moments of rest to let it all go. Shalabhasana interlace. Come back to center with your chin or forehead first, and then take your hands behind your sacrum. Press your toes, tailbone down. Take a breath all the way out. And then use your back muscles, lift your legs and your chest. Do it without a struggle. Notice your natural edge to stop. Next inhale, lift everything a touch higher. Keep that exhale, pull your fists more towards your heels. That same pattern. Let the inhales take you up a little more. Maintain it with your exhale, pull your fists back. One more inhale, challenge yourself, go up more. Release with control, chin or forehead down. Then take your right ear down and allow your shoulders and your hips to relax. You go from full engagement to nothing to do here. One more breath to recharge. Full locust pose, Purna Shalabhasana. Come back to center with your chin or forehead and take your arms out wide into a T shape. Press your toes and your palms down. Take a breath out, and then inhale. Use your back muscles to lift up. Good. Reach out through your fingertips. Little tuck in your chin. Keep the cobra hood in the back of your neck. Spin your inner thighs in and up. These look great. One more inhale. Lift even higher. That's it. And then exhale, lower. Chin or forehead. And then your left ear back down. Let your hip muscles glide away from your midline here. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Find your way back to center. Bend your knees, capture your feet from the outside. Press your tailbone down, draw your knees down. Take a breath all the way out. And then inhale, start to kick back and up. If you have low back stuff, you're welcome to keep your thighs on the mat. Otherwise, let the kick lift your chest up, draw your shoulders back more. Just like the standing expression, it's the kick that opens your heart. Hug your thighs in, one more inhale, and release. Chin or forehead down first. Take your right ear down. If it feels restorative to windshield wiper your legs, go for it. A little bit of motion. 2 breaths here. And we're gonna meet in a child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees out wide. Start to draw your chest back and your arms extend out. Supta Virasana, reclined hero's pose. Take your chest up and then find your way towards the front of your mat and bring your knees toward each other and a little gap between your heels to sit your hips. So if your hips do not make it to your mat, you want to have some support, whether it's a rolled up towel or a block. Yeah. And so make sure your knees feel safe and they stay grounded. You're welcome to stay right here. If you have the full expression or even partially, start to crawl yourself back slowly. Yeah, take your time. Yeah. And listen to where your body wants to stop. If your knees lift, you're too far in. If you're open for the full expression, take your arms overhead and grab opposite elbows, more of a heart opening shape. Pull your tailbone towards your knees, soften into your belly, your heart, throat, and face. This pose opens the entire front side of your body. So breathe and relax there. 3 more times. As evenly as you can, use your elbows and your core to press yourself back up. Walk your hands forwards, plant them down, and we'll find a more fluid downward facing dog pose as a counter pose. Pedaling out your legs is a choice. Sometimes it's nice to even lift each leg and give it a shake. Really, the purpose is to get blood and energy moving back in your legs after compression. Drop to your knee. Sit your hips on your heels, Ardha Kurmasana, half tortoise. Inhale, reach your arms up, press your palms together, cross your thumbs, and then exhale, lower. The goal is to one day have your forehead touch before your pinkies. Even if it doesn't happen today, feel the muscles that'll need to engage for it to eventually happen. That's it. And then press your pinkies together and down. Spin your inner elbows up. And if it's between your forehead and your hips touching, make it your forehead. Right? It's okay if your hips lift a little bit. And then breathe into the back of your chest. Hug your palms in and change. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release them by your side. Come onto your knees. Ustrasana. Take about 2 fists between your knees if you're not sure. And yeah, block is really supportive if you need some extra love for your low back. Hands to your hips. Press the tops of your feet down and then inhale. Pull that corset-like action up. Look up and exhale. Lean over and back. Sometimes it's nice again to imagine a big beach ball behind you to keep the length. If your heels are there, grab them. And then every breath in, focus on the lift of your heart. Choice for lion's breaths or open mouth exhales here. Yeah. Keep a little tuck in your chin, back of your neck long. Nice, Nafi. 1 more exhale. If your heels are there, grab them, pull on them. And then change. Use your core to lift back up. Exhale, sit your hips on your heels. 2 breaths to pause and let that settle in. Gather yourself. It's our deepest back bend of the whole class, our biggest heart opener. Move into our deepest compression, Sasangasana, rabbit pose. So Towel can help with the grip here. Otherwise, grab your feet from the inside with your fingers and your thumbs come to the outside. Drop your chin to your chest and exhale. As you round your forehead towards your knees, lift your hips and come to the very top of your head. That's a little to no weight in your head, and then pull your heels, lift your middle back, and widen your shoulders. This posture is great for any sort of sinus congestion. Squeeze your heels and breathe. Breathe into the back of your heart. And then slowly uncurl. Drop to your left hip and extend your right leg out in front of you. Janu Shirsasana, separate leg stretch. And turn your shoulders right. Inhale your arms up, find a basket grip, all 10 fingers interlaced, and exhale. Bow forwards and down. So it's a compression style pose, so bend your front knee as much as you need to get that grip totally underneath your foot. Drop your right shoulder, or left shoulder rather. Flex your right toes. Find a sustainable edge, breathe. Inhale, change. Use your core, lift back up. Switch out your legs so your right foot is to the inside of your left thigh. Turn your shoulders to the left. Exhale, forward fold. Take the first few moments to find your edge, all 10 fingers underneath your foot, even if you need to bend your knee a lot. Drop your right shoulder a little bit. Flex your left toes. Effort and ease, hold them both here. Change. Release your arms. Extend your legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana. If you feel you're slouching back, bend your knees. Root your heels, lift your arms up. And then exhale, bow forwards, out, and down. Grab your feet, your big toes. Inhale, find length, pull out of your low back. And then exhale, go in. Flex your pinky toes back as much as your big toes. Inner spiral your thighs. And hit a place where you can surrender into the shape. Change. Come back up. Release your arms and then move into our last pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bend your left knee so it's straight forwards and take your right leg up and over. Always the option to extend your bottom leg long if that's better for your hips. Give your right knee a hug, stand up tall. Right fingers behind you. Inhale your left arm up. And exhale, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Every breath in, root your hips, float your heart up. Keep that length. Exhale, wring out your spine a little bit more. One more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back through center. A little counter twist to the other side. And then switch out your legs. Make sure your hips are grounded. Give your left knee a hug to lengthen. Take your fingers behind you. Breathe your right arm up. And exhale, twist. Every breath in, root your hips, float your heart up. Exhale, wring it out. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Back through center. Slight counter twist. And then find your way onto your knees. We're going to do our final breath exercise, Kapalabhati. So this is a forceful exhale out your mouth. The inhales are passive, so it's something like this. So just check out your shoulders aren't trying to do the work. It's all contained here. We'll do one cleansing breath and come in together for a fast or slower round and then into a faster round. Big breath in, big breath out. Small sip in, begin. Double time. Three and two and one, all the way out. Take your hands to your heart. Honor your work, seal in your practice. And when you are ready, bow into yourself. And gently make your way into our final Savasana. Water, toweling off as you need. Make sure you're comfortable for final resting pose.